Hi, in this section, we will show you how to use custom fonts with Neptune applications. When you talk about custom fonts, why is it necessary? Although Neptune or SAP Wi-Fi comes with a very pretty much standard set of font libraries like Arial, Times New Roman, Calibri, Helvetica, all those, but there is always a need for customizing according to business needs or customer needs, and that's where the branding comes in, and they always have their own custom fonts defined. So it is pretty easy to have these custom fonts to be used or included into Neptune Launchpad and Neptune applications. But before that, all you need is font files. So you have to generate the font files. It is a different process which we will not cover in this video. But there is one tool which can help you to get some of the font files automatically. So one such font library is fonts@google.com, and here you can browse through so many different fonts that are already there, and you can try to figure out how it looks, and you can also get the name. But this does not give you all the necessary CSS and CSS or style sheet along with the files. So there is a open source portal which can help you in converting those fonts to necessary files. So basically the files that are required are in different formats like EOT, WOFF. So all of these files are required to support different platforms and different operating systems, different browsers. So I would recommend to download all those so that your application can run in all kinds of devices. So in here I've selected this Oswald, and this is the app how it looks. For example, we can also zoom in here and see this is how it looks, and I want to include this font into my applications. So what you have to do is just go in here and select the family or the character set, and you can also select different font weightages like regular, bold, italic, all those, and that will generate a CSS for you automatically, which we will be using, as well as you can download the zip file containing all the font files, but you will have to create this CSS manually. You just copy this and create a CSS file on your notepad. And also make sure that you give a font family name. This name will be used in our themes as well as in our applications. So make sure you create this kind of a CSS file, as well as you download a zip file containing all the font files. So these are the font files which we downloaded from the zip file extracted, and then I just created this style sheet which I copied and pasted from the open source portal that I showed just now. So once all this is done, you will have to import this to the SAP's MIME repository. So just go into your SAP backend and create a folder. I created a folder called fonts_web, and this goes inside the Neptune public application and create a folder wherein you can have all those files imported into your MIME repository. So once this is done, the fonts are already available for you to use inside your Neptune applications, but you'll have to include that style sheet. The style sheet that was imported in here, this has to be included into your applications or onto your Launchpad. But also, you can always mention the font for your text from your Neptune themes or Launchpad themes actually. So for that, what we do is just to showcase an example how this can be done on a theme at the theme level is just navigate to or open SAP UI Theme Designer, and this is one sample that I have, and just looking at the text in here. So I have already mentioned The font family. This is a font family, same font family from the style sheet, Oswald RG. Or if you want to use a bold one, then you can mention Oswald BL. So you can mention the default font name which you want to use, as well as the backup fonts like Arial, Helvetica, which are pre-included with SAP UI5 itself. So you can have this font defined for all of your text in the theme designer and use that as a theme on top of your launchpad itself. For example, let's go to the launchpad. This is the launchpad that we want to try, and we are including that theme into our layout in here. So this will load the theme with Oswald RG as a font which can show. That is one way that you can do. The other way is you can include on top of the launchpad itself, for example, in this way. So when you're creating a launchpad under global style, for all the text that you want to showcase, this is one text which you want to showcase, and you can have a global styling. So this applies to all the applications that are running inside Neptune Launchpad, and this CSS will be applied. So let's rename this and call this as Oswald RG. And the backup is my Vodafone LT, as well as the others will be by default. So I just gave the font family name, everything is fine. And in the header section, we include the CSS file, which we just created from the MIME repository. So this was that, and it is under fonts_web. So let's rename this, it's fonts, it's case sensitive, so fonts_web/fonts. So I'm referring to the style sheet from the MIME repository, which has a reference to all those font files. And I'm changing the name of the title or the font of the title to Oswald RG. Then save this. And let's test if this works. So here you see the title of the tile group headers is changed to Oswald RG, not the regular one as compared to these ones. So that's it. That's the simple way how to use custom fonts into Neptune applications and launchpads.